pillow, you know. I need my beauty sleep, okay? It's hard to get your beauty sleep when you're traveling, you know? It's hard. Me and Mama Cookie slept in a smaller bed, and it was very stiff and squeaky, and it was hard to have a good sleep, is all I'm going to say, you know? And then on top of that, you have to wake up early in the morning for the kids. And you might go to bed a little later because you're on vacation, and then you don't get good nights of sleep. And by the end of the trip, you realize you're fucking and your neck hurts. And I need my bed. Yeah, well, I don't have your parents' German backs. Okay, all right. I got a Somalian back. Okay, leave me alone. Do you see what doesn't hurt? You mean? Nothing. Everything hurts a little bit, especially my soul. You just wait until you're at that point that you can't go to the toilet. Yeah, I know. I'm not looking forward to that. I like my toilet breaks too as I get older. You know. And so the day that I can't do that on my own, oof. Yeah, I don't know. Where would you guys draw the line where you would accept being committed to a retirement home? You know, like is it like a physical attribute that you can't achieve anymore and you pull the plug, or is it more of a mental thing? Like, if you're in a wheelchair and you can't even wipe your own ass, do you expect to still live in your own place and have other people, like your family, come over and fucking wash your ass? You know what I mean? Or would you be like, yeah, I could go. I'm good. I can put me somewhere. You know? You know what I mean? Like, where do you draw the line? I think if I can't go to the washroom by myself anymore, take me out. You know? Behind the shed style, you know? Like, what's the point of all this? If I can't take care of, if I can't go number 2 by myself, I think it's over. You know? Wrap it up, roll the credits. Roll the credits. We had a good ride. It was fun. It's over. You know? I think for me if I can't go to the washroom by myself, it's, you know, what the fuck, you know? Send me now, straight. You want to go now? My home is my retirement home. When I start shitting on myself more times in a week, put me down. Yeah, but that's kind of what I'm saying. Like, if you can't take care of your business, my fam had better take care of me. By fam, you mean your sister, Jesse? I don't know about that. I don't know if you would count on that. Or your nieces and nephews? If I can't have sex, what's the point? Yeah, that's not I don't draw the line there. Alright, Stray's gonna answer some questions so I can actually do some work today.
Hello.
I don't think sex is I don't think that's a line for me to cross. Like, if I couldn't have sex, I'd still find meaning in life, you know? Like, sex is, some people are like, I can't have sex anymore or just kill me, you know? I don't think I would go there. That's like too, you know? Because I think I got like 5 years of sex left in me, you know?
Is that it?
I don't know. I gotta start exercising maybe. I'm out of breath after like 5 minutes. It's just...
Does Cece know it's all over in 5 years?
I don't know. She'll soon find out. But what I'm trying to say is that, sex is, you know, it's great. I mean, obviously everybody loves sex, obviously, but I don't think it's it's not the end of the world kind of thing. You know?
It's going to be a hell of an announcement. You're going to be like, Cece, I'm retiring. It's just like, oh, you're finally done with the game. And you're like, no, retiring from the other thing.
Right, exactly. And then, you know, and it'll hurt a little bit, but what I'm trying to say is that I wouldn't put myself in a home or end my life if sex was out of the picture, you know? I'd still find some enjoyment somewhere, I think, you know. But if I can't if I can't go to the washroom by myself, that's just it's like you can't even live anymore, you know.
What about one of those retirement communities where it's like there's people on call if you need them, but like you can still live with your spouse and all that sort of stuff?
Oh, that sounds too complicated.
It's basically like living in a managed apartment block, except there's a panic button.
Yeah, either put me in a home or I'm still good. You know, that's kind of my philosophy. Like, I don't know.
You don't want to have group dates with loads of other old people.
I don't know.
They have pottery.
Oh, okay. Well, you're getting somewhere.
Got allotments, got pottery. It's basically all the stuff you do already.
Little garden. Okay, all right. Maybe.
People will be super appreciative that you like grew your own tomatoes and that they can have some with you.
Yeah, I mean that'd be nice. Yeah. These out of all your kids, which kids is most likely taking care of you? Probably the number one, my daughter, the first one. Yeah, probably.
Is she going to take care of you, or is she going to get someone else to take care of you?
No, I think she'd take care of me, but I don't want her to.
That's fair.
I'd rather her just have her own life. I'd be like, nah, just put me in a home already. But I think she would do it. She'd be down for it.
Got to work out which one's cheaper at this point.
Yeah.
And those old people's homes, they cost so much, it's ridiculous.
Yeah, I know. Mama Cookie's grandma was put in a retirement home not too long ago. Well, she passed now, but like she was put in there like maybe like 8 years ago or something like that. She had Alzheimer's, so she couldn't remember who anyone was at that point. They put her in a home and they used her retirement savings to pay for her own home, basically, like her own care, right?
Yeah, it basically just drains like any hope of inheritance.
Yeah,
right?
yeah, exactly. So by the time she was done, like I think like 4 years later or whatever, she like had no money left. Like it used everything that she had left, basically.
Yeah, like selling the house they used to live in and all that sort of stuff. It all just dries up.
Yeah, there's nothing left at the end. You're like, okay, well, I guess no inheritance and no nothing.
A hell of a business to be in.
Yeah. Yeah, pretty crazy, huh? But at that point, you know, when you what's up?
Laconic's got the answer. Sweetie, I want you to kill me when I get too old to spare you the trauma of her taking care of me.
Yeah, I mean, you know. I think there's a line where I would be like, just assisted suicide would sound good. You know what I mean? And I'm not saying it has to be only pain, right? Because some people are like, only if there's a threshold of pain and you can't, I think there should be a point where you're like, I can't take care of myself and I'm just kind of a burden. I can't even enjoy anything in life. I think you should be able to be like, all right, well, just pull the plug, you know? Right?
Yeah, like at the point you're waking up every day regretting the fact that someone else has to take care of you.
Yeah, exactly.
And you're like, I don't need this.
Yeah, if the only thing is left is you can you're fed through a tube and you can just look in the direction that someone sets your head in that direction. You know? Like,
oh yeah, like at the
Jesus
point you're
Christ.
locked in, just turn everything off. Just end me.
Yeah, like there's no enjoyment left, you know?
Yeah, like same if you're in like a major accident, right? And you're just like, you can lie in a bed and like maybe move your eyes and that's it.
Yeah.
Or maybe not even that, and you're just like, yeah, please don't keep me on life support for that.
Yeah, it's a rough deal, you know?
Hmm.
How is it in the UK? Is this assisted suicide a thing, or?
No, massively illegal. They're
Really?
talking about it, but they've not made. Well, yeah, it's
Massively?
basically just they treat it as murder effectively.
Wow,
Yeah,
that's crazy.
but it's one of those things where it's like there's weird workarounds where it's like you can just go to Switzerland and do it,
Yeah.
and technically, if someone from the UK goes to Switzerland with you and in any way participates, they're
Oh.
on the hook for it in the UK.
Wow.
But I don't believe it's one of those things that like it's technically against the law, but no one's gonna come hunt you down for it because they're like, well, be reasonable, you know.
That's kind of
it's like-
crazy.
Yeah, I feel like there's loads of stuff like that where it's like technically illegal, but law enforcement and like the courts and stuff have generally just like, we're not going to pursue this because it's not in the public interest, sort of thing.
DC, I have a question. What is the biggest fear of Debbie? I don't know. What's her biggest fear? Probably what's gonna happen to her family, her household, and her tenants, obviously, right?
Yeah, the whole mob threat is like got to be up there.
Yeah, yeah.
If you have 6 months or less protected to live, they're going to make it legal when they work out which doctors will go along with it. I think Volley's talking about the state of it in the UK.
Oh, yeah.
So, like, you'll need a medical professional to declare that you're probably going to be dead in 6 months anyway.
Oh, wow.
And then find a medical professional willing to assist you. Which, I don't know, I feel like there's hoops that you don't want to jump through, but it's the balancing act of, like, you don't want someone with power of attorney and an inheritance factor to be like, well, they're going to be gone in 6 months anyway. Trust me, just offer them.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Like, that's always the concern and the fear mongering here is basically like, as soon as you turn over your power of attorney or whatever, because you've got dementia, then whoever it is you've given it to, obviously you trusted the wrong person that are going to off you. I'm like,
yeah, but
you gave them power of attorney. Like, they can screw you in so many ways that it's like, this is probably the least painful way they can fuck you over.
Yeah. Hey, Zintech. In Canada, we have maids, medical assistants in dying.
Messed up because the Canadian government is using it as a way to mercifully kill off the homeless and mentally ill people.
That sounds
I
like
feel like it's
conspiracy?
probably more nuanced than that.
Yeah, that sounds like a little conspiracy-esque. I don't know. Doesn't it?
Put that tinfoil hat down.
I mean, maybe not. I don't know. I've never heard of this before. But it sounds a little like I feel like this, like that couldn't go unnoticed. You know, like, you know.
Yeah.
I don't know. Maybe.
Like, ultimately, the people that make those decisions at the high up level want to get reelected, and that's just such a terrible headline to be associated with. They're not taking that risk. Will Debbie and Diane get more lesbian scenes with each other and more threesome scenes with MC in the future?
Maybe, I don't know. It would have to be in line with, like, when we revisit Diane's content and, you know, add her back into the game. See how far we want to push that, you know. It might conflict with some stuff at that point with Debbie, and we'd have to see.
There's good news on the horizon, at least. Cookie. Grey Galaxy is going to take up training as a nurse, so that when you get to the old people's home, you'll have a familiar face to help you end it.
I'm stuck with him. I might not. Uh-oh.
He promises to bully you until Jesus gets you.
I'm gonna get abused.
You just gotta turn to Jesus sooner.
Yeah. Oops. Okay.
The kind of doctor that would hear a 6-month projected survival and consider it reliable is probably the kind of doctor you don't want making life or death decisions. I mean, someone's got to do it. I feel like it should be like far easier. Like, it's got to be like regulation-wise, you have to make it harder for someone else to make the choice on someone else's behalf. But if you're like full of if like you have all your mental capabilities and you want to choose assisted suicide, I think you should be allowed.
Yeah, I agree.
Like, yeah, you need the like safety checks and whatever to be like, oh, this isn't coercion, or like you're not committing insurance fraud, blah blah blah, all that sort of stuff. But I feel like you can do that in a way that doesn't just be like, well, you have to be basically on the verge of death anyway and suffering together.
Yeah. Hey DC, why is the nun being a slut and bitch most of the time? Do you want her to be a sweetie? Like, what do you?
Why are you giving nuns a bad rep, Cookie?
Oh, is that what it? I mean, we could eventually maybe add another nun that's very sweet and tender, you know. But we have a lot of sweet and tender characters already. I think it's a nice touch to have a nun that's a little on the dominant side of things, you know. We're trying to spice it up, you know.
Maybe they're just upset that she's already corrupted and they don't get to corrupt her.
You want to corrupt?
They want a sweet
nun.
innocent nun so they can just
Right.
completely turn religion on its head and like make her worship you instead.
Yeah, I mean, you know, I don't know. We'll see how it, you know, how Sister Angelica pans out. We'll see. I mean, we're probably gonna edit a little bit how, you know, her content and her dialogue and the way everything unfolds in Mia's story when we get to it. So I don't know.
Zectoon is praying for a foot job scene under the restaurant table, apparently.
Yeah, a lot of people like foot stuff. I told Sploosh about it, and he wasn't keen on it for Debbie, but he was more keen on it for if we reuse this location for dates with the girls, like schoolgirls and stuff.
That makes sense.
So I was like, okay. I mean, I don't know. We'd have to talk to him about it, but that's the impression I got when I brought it up. Because I was like, oh, we could totally do stuff under the table if you want it. And he was like, maybe. But he was like, maybe more for the schoolgirls and stuff. And I was like, all right, well, we'll see. You know.
Yeah, there seem to be a lot more adult games recently that like aim to cater to foot stuff.
Really?
In a way that is just... It's surprising only because I had no idea so many people were secretly into feet.
Yeah, I've had people message me about feet stuff quite a few times. Not as much as pregnancy though. Like that's by far still number one. But
oh yeah,
yeah. Sometimes I get foot stuff asked.
I think pregnancy is one of those things that's also chronically underserved in adult games right now because it is so difficult to not just like either that's the story or you just shaft yourself completely, and we've opted for the latter.
Yeah, a lot of people ask me for threesomes too, like asking for characters to have threesomes. That gets requested a lot. I think why that's not more common is that it's hard to do a threesome scene. Like just in general, like there's more characters present, which means more dialogue, more posing, trickier animations, more options once you get to the, you know, it's just, yeah.
I also feel like that's the case in like regular porn as well, right? Like,
yeah.
Like there's plenty of threesomes in regular porn, but a lot of them are just really boring.
Yeah. Maybe we need to try the VR porn stuff, you know?
Do you think that'd make the difference?
Well, I don't know. You can turn your head around and kind of get a little glimpse of everything whenever you want to, you know? Maybe? I don't know.
Yeah.
I've never tried it, so I don't know. I don't have a VR headset. So
I haven't tried it. I just have this vision in my head of like a normal person having sex, except now they're swiveling their head all around throughout the entire experience, and I'm like, it seems so unnatural.
Well, yeah, but I think it's one of those things where you have to try it to fully, you know,
maybe
make up your mind, kind of, you know. Because right now, because for a long time, whenever someone mentioned VR with pornography, every time I would like roll my eyes, like, yeah, okay, right? But then the more I think about it, I'm like, I don't know, maybe it is good, like maybe it is great. Like I don't know, I've never tried a VR headset, so I don't know.
I like the idea that if it takes off, you'll suddenly get all these people that perpetually have sore necks, and you're like, what's going on here? Mr. Smith says feet are the #1 non-sexual body part that triggers arousal in a huge minority of people.
Wait. A huge minority doesn't... Wait, what?
As in, like, less than 50%, but high numbers. Like, I guess 30-40%. Like, over half of less than half, if you see what I mean.
Yeah. Hey, Yorick.
So that means, like, some people will get a pebble in their shoe and it'll just start getting them off. Is that what you're saying?
I don't think so.
Well, that's the way it was presented.
VR sex sounds like
a sexual body part that triggers sexual arousal.
For worst experience? Yeah, but Jesse, not everybody can get laid whenever they want. It's like, yeah, ideally, it's not. It's a worse version of regular sex. Like, I think everybody agrees to that notion, but you know, some people they just not everybody's got a werewolf shaft available at any moment, like you do, Jesse. Okay, some people are stuck with VR. Okay, some people have no other option. All right, you have to respect that.
So do you think VR would solve the hairy penis problem? Where if you're in VR with a non-hairy penis but using a hairy penis, it would be okay.
This is like the paper bag of the VR world.
Mm-hmm. Exactly. It's just a very expensive paper bag, and you wear it, not them.
Yeah, I never thought of this, but that might be a thing, you know, where people, like a couple, one of the people in the couple wears, VR, while the other, maybe they both wear VR and just kind of want to enjoy whatever they want, you know?
Yeah, you think we're going to end up with like VR flop houses where people just go to fuck, but no one actually looks at each other?
You know what this reminds me of? Maybe, but you know what? This reminds me of that time that Playa told us about this app where you could connect with people, but it's more like a career connection thing. You know, people that have money hook up with people, and like I think in the future it's going to be that. So they don't care about what the other person looks like, because as long as they have their VR set up when they have sex, you know what I mean?
Right. Yeah.
So looks don't matter anymore, you know? Maybe? I don't know.
It'd be interesting to know if that's made its way into like prostitution yet.
Oh, maybe. Yeah.
Because you got to figure that a lot of people that go see prostitutes, some are doing it because they're just like, this is just the least hassle, and some of them are doing it because they'd much rather be with someone else.
Yeah.
It's like, at what point do you be like, okay, I'm gonna visit this prostitute, but I'm also gonna wear a VR headset the entire time,
and a condom, hopefully.
But not in VR land.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, I don't know. So VR glory holes? Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, I mean, you know, yeah.
Yeah, part of me has to believe that's gonna end up a thing, right? I mean, not with the way society currently is, where like anything sexual just needs to go die a death and be killed mercilessly. But like eventually, when it flips around, like society has a habit of doing, and it's like everyone becomes sexually liberated again.
I have a question, all right? How long do you think until there's VR AI generated porn?
I'm sure it already exists.
Meaning like plug in a person that you want to have sex with, and then
it just live generates it.
It live generates the identity onto a preset scenario, scene, or whatever, with like a bank of information. You know what I mean? So all it needs is a certain amount of data to merge it with a preset setting. You know what I mean? And then it just, you know.
Yeah, it'll be a while yet, because inference for AI is not fast enough to do that yet.
Right, it would have to be strong enough, powerful enough to generate it on the fly, kind of thing, right?
Yeah. Like, I wouldn't
you say that, but you're about to say a while, but I'm like,
Well, I was gonna be like 10 years seems reasonable, but it really depends on like where the research is directed and where the funds are directed, because so much money's being pumped into it right now. So if you pump it in the right places, you can probably have that in like 2.5 years.
Yeah.
But I got to believe that's probably not the primary focus of where our AI investment is going. Like, that'll be dragged along as well, but it's not anyone sat down to be like, this is what I'm doing with the millions that I've got in venture capital.
Yeah. Considering all the ideas. Yeah, Jesse, I think, like, there's obviously a lot of AI stuff right now as is, but I think it's the power, right? Because you'd want it to, it's like for a consumer, we're talking like a business model, right? So there's a lot of people that don't know anything about AI and probably will never know because they're lazy or they don't care or whatever, right? They just want to consume pornography, right? So the idea is that you use a VR headset and you plug in this app where you just have to give it, let's say, 5 or 10 pictures of someone's face in a few angles or whatever, and if you provide those images to that person, right, or to this app or whatever, it just generates a whole scene of porno scene with that person as the main character pleasuring you, kind of thing, right? Now it has to be powerful enough to generate all that and know what to do with it and generate it on the fly so you could play it and not wait like 3 days to play it. You know what I mean? So
Yeah, like in future, people are not going to send each other like titty photos or dick pics. They're going to send each other their personalized AI model so it can be
Right.
plugged into that other person's porn for them.
Right.
But
Yeah.
I'm not even sure that the tech and the like consumer device power is going to be the limiting factor. I think it's probably going to end up being the same thing as it always has been with VR, which is chicken and egg. Like, where's the incentive to create that content if no one's buying VR hardware? And where's the incentive to buy the VR hardware if no one's creating the content yet? And I think it needs to get to the point where it's cheap enough to do one or both of those things before it really takes off.
Yeah, maybe.
Because the number of people that can afford a VR headset even now, and they've been around for 10 years in various forms, like widely available, it's still pretty low because those things are so expensive and they're nowhere near as useful as, say, a phone, which people are willing to spend more on. So. Pale Ghost says, I think it is more likely that it'll be a combination of game engine like Unreal Engine and AI, mostly for frame generation. The character generator, like MetaHuman, is already real powerful. So yeah, maybe it depends what they want to do with the scenes, right? Like if you want a highly scripted scene, I think the game engine is probably good. But you need some sort of hybrid. Maybe it's a hybrid game engine AI thing to generate like a more dynamic scene in real time. Like some combination of like effectively motion capture that they do in video games already, right? But styled out with AI. Is there a computer strong enough to generate DC's ass? I gotta believe so, right? Because by DC's own admission, his ass is pretty flat, so there's not much like in texture-wise going on there. So there probably is. Like, it's probably not even an issue. You can probably do it on a laptop.
Probably, yeah. Laptop would work.
Grey Galaxy is looking into the next hardware. Why don't they just make android robots for sex? I think it's better than the VR plan. Because buying a sex android would be prohibitively more expensive than a VR headset.
Like a full-on robot would be a lot of money. Like $1 million.
Like even just like an animatronic version of current sex dolls would be like ridiculously expensive.
Yeah. While like AI VR headset could be run you like $300, you know, like.
Yeah, exactly. I think at some point someone will come along, integrated solution than is currently available. Because like right now, you can get the VR headset, you can get the VR content, you can get like the sex toys that hook up into that system. But I don't feel like it's like the non-trivial plug and play you need it to be for mass adoption. Like you need to buy all those things, sync all those things, make them all plug together and work together, and make sure it's streaming fast enough over your Wi-Fi and all sorts of shit.
Hey, White Wing. Yeah, I don't know. $2,000.
Galaxy says that the birth rate would drop so bad. I mean, that's already happening, so sure.
It's already happening. Like, we have 3 kids, and we're one of the biggest families, like, that go to our school. You know? Like, just 3 kids.
I think the last stat I saw for, like, Western developed nations was, like, the birth rate is, like, 1.3 or something.
Yeah.
And, like, you need 2 for... Yeah, I think you need 2.1 for sustainability on the basis that the 0.1, like, doesn't make it to reproduction age.
Yeah.
Would you want to do that when you can actually go to China, robot and get pregnant, and a robot can be surrogate? What? Want to get a robot pregnant? DC, thank you for not pulling out. The country needs this kind of service.
The sad part is I did pull out, but it didn't work. So, this is why I got a vasectomy.
At least that's holding for now.
Yeah. They say that sometimes it can repair itself. I was like, excuse me, what?
I'd like to schedule some checkups for the next couple of years. Like, at least the next 5. After that, it really doesn't matter.
Yeah. The funny thing, too, is that, like, after you get your vasectomy, they tell you to, like, you need to shoot a lot of blanks to make sure the pipe is clean, kind of thing, you know?
Mm.
So they tell you, like, hey, there's a certain amount of times you gotta, like, you know, come, but don't, you know, don't do it inside your wife, essentially.
Do some test shots.
Yeah, which is hilarious. Like, okay, so how many do I gotta do? Okay, that's a lot. That sounds like that feels like a lot. And they're like, yep. I'm like, okay. All right.
Jesse says that's what happened with her dad, and she's here.
Yeah. See, Jenny.
Yes, Ryder is straight on mic.
Yeah.
Rayfew says 7 times to fully clean it out. I expected more than that based on what DC just said.
It was way more than that. I forget how many times. It was for like at least a certain amount of time, and or an X amount of like ejaculation, basically. You know what I mean? So like it was like a duration and or also an amount of time you come. Basically, I was like, oh boy, okay. And then you gotta go back and do a checkup. Like they test you. You gotta do the little thing in a cup. And then they test it to make sure, you know, you're shooting blanks, basically. So, yeah, it's pretty thorough, you know.
How long before they ban vasectomies on the basis that they just need more people to fund Social Security?
Oof. That could happen at some point, to be honest. Or the government just gives more incentives. But the problem is that, like, listen, Mama Cookie this morning went to grocery shopping for our whole family because we just came back from a vacation. So basically, before we left on a vacation, we try to empty the fridge, right? We try to eat as much food as possible. Then we go for a week on a vacation. which is we went to see family basically, and then we come back and we got to buy a whole bunch of food, right? Because the kids are going back to school, the fridge is empty, we got to make lunches, blah blah blah, right? We need food for breakfast. So we like my mom went to do like a big grocery shopping this morning. I think it was like $600
Yeah, I can believe it.
for a family of 5.
Yeah.
Like, and it's not like we're not buying like steaks. Like we you know, we bought I think
that's like budget food. You're just filling the freezer for frozen shit that'll last for months,
yeah,
right?
Pretty much like frozen veggies. Yeah, obviously there's like loaf of bread for the morning. There's like cereals are kind of expensive nowadays too. Like there's a lot of stuff that's expensive. We don't buy juice, like we just buy milk and just drink water, like tap water. You know, so like it racks up really quickly, you know, like it's crazy how expensive groceries are right now. So yeah, you know, like I think the only meat we bought was like some chicken, like chicken breasts on sale, like, and maybe some frozen like you know, I don't know, ground beef maybe. Anyway, like it's not like, yeah, we're not like buying like steaks and shit like that, you know. Frozen apples for DC to microwave.
Galaxy says $600. Jesus, jerking off is free, you know. I'm not quite sure what they're suggesting you eat, but it doesn't sound appetizing.
Yeah, I think he means like if you jack off, you don't have to raise 3 kids.
Oh, seriously.
But you know what's expensive? Like things like granola bars for the kids. Like we try to buy in bulk for cheap, but it racks up pretty quickly. Milk is expensive. Cereals are expensive. Yeah, just stuff in general, like cheese, like just things are expensive. Like the only things that are still relatively cheap, I guess, is like vegetables, which we buy and we eat a lot of. But like you can't survive on like broccoli and potatoes, you know. I mean, well, technically you could, but you know,
it's not a fun existence.
Yeah, just boil potatoes and broccoli every day for a year. Our poor children are gonna lose their mind. Oh gosh.
Maybe that's the play for when they're teenagers and you really need them to move out.
Yeah. Just start eating just that till they want to leave. Yeah. But yeah, but there's 5 of us, so whatever we buy, we have to buy a large amount of, basically, you know, like that's where the price goes up essentially, you know. So granola bar, giant box of it, you know, bread, 3 loaves, milk, 3 jugs, like, you know, stuff like that, you know, like a lot of everything. And yeah, fucking it gets expensive, like,
yeah. I do wonder though how many people plan their family to that extent, where they're like, oh, we're only gonna have like 1 or 2 kids because we can't afford them.
Well, I think it's just some subconscious thing, not a like mathematics spreadsheet thing, you know. It's like, okay, me and my boyfriend or both have our steady jobs, but they're okay paying, you know, but you know, we're saving to have a house, we can barely afford this, we can't really go on vacations because we don't have enough money, and the groceries are basically like whatever's left on our at the end of the month is for food and go to the movies a couple times. Can we afford a kid? No, we can't, you know. Like it's something you feel and you know just by the way you spend and the way you live, basically, you know. And I think a lot of people just can't afford to have a lot of kids, like essentially, you know, like it's just trying to make ends meet, and it doesn't feel right to put kids through that, you know. I mean, you know,
Galaxy says you just need to get a farm and just run your farm and eat your farm.
Yeah. Some people will eventually maybe do that. I don't know. Yeah. If grocery bills gets too expensive, I don't know. Since you said Eve will never get a full hermaphrodite option, but maybe a monster girl could, would you consider adding that as an option for Aqua, like a retractable, a vipositor organ, and MC helps her push her eggs out? Human spew, I don't know. I mean, I don't know if it's necessary. I mean, listen, I think Sploosh wants to make some kind of like succubus down the road. So I'm gonna say, talk to Sploosh and convince him to have his monster girl succubus have a giant penis and a pussy, and everyone will be happy. You know what I mean? You got to pitch it to him.
I don't know if Splish will go for that.
Well, I think that's what he wants to do.
Is it? Oh, okay.
I think so. I mean, he's always wanted to do a succubus kind of like.
I know he wants to do a succubus. I didn't know it was like a succubus crossed with an incubus.
Oh, is an incubus a male succubus?
Yes.
Oh, I didn't even know that. It's called Incubus.
I believe so, yeah.
Isn't there a band called Incubus?
Yes.
Oh.
I assume they knew that when they picked the name, but I've never looked into it.
Yeah. Anyway, so Tune.
Yeah, I had the same reaction when I learned about the word.
Yeah. Tune. Yeah, that's my answer. Like, yeah, we could have like a Futa character at some point. I'm not against it. I just don't know when or who or which character. But I think Sploosh maybe wants to do something like that for a potential succubus at some point. But yeah, I don't know yet.
Galaxy wants tips on saving money. I don't have anything great or practical. Don't have kids. Don't leave your house.
Don't
do
eat
as well
out.
as possible.
Eating
Sleep a
out
lot.
is a huge money sink.
Oh yeah, and takeout.
Or like
Delivery.
Yeah, delivery. Yeah. Like Uber Eats, all that kind of shit. Don't. It's very expensive. Like we try not to eat out, and we never order food like that. So we save, like, we basically just either we eat home, or if we eat out, it's like a place that's like cheap for a family of 5, basically. You know. So
Yeah, like even if you're like still dedicated to like eating crazily unhealthy, like frozen pizzas is like less than the price of a delivered pizza, and like 5 minutes after you finished it, you don't remember the difference. So
yeah.
It's definitely not worth.
Yeah, the amount of people that use like Uber, like just food orders, deliveries, is like pretty wild. And I never noticed until I started going to restaurants while I travel. Because like around where we live, like we just basically eat at home, you know, so we don't really eat out that much. But when we travel, we have to eat out. So it's when I have like a culture shock of like going to a restaurant, waiting, and then realizing that there's like 8-10 people waiting at the restaurant lobby to get food somewhere. Like they're just delivery people, you know, like waiting for their orders to deliver to someone. And I was like, wow, there's as many people waiting to pick up food for deliveries than people in the restaurant eating. Like, you know what I mean? It was
and your $600 shop from earlier is going to get you what, like 3 meals in a restaurant for your family of 5 if you're lucky.
Yeah. Some restaurants, you can go easily above $100 for going to the restaurant with 3 kids. Like, it's very easy. So yeah.
Jesse says just wait until your boys are teens when they eat 10 times as much.
Yeah. I mean, we're gonna have to. We've been shopping more and more, increasingly more at Costco, and I hate it because I fucking hate shopping at Costco. It's like just a death experience. But yeah,
they're gonna have to just learn to love potatoes.
Yeah, I guess so. Yeah, that's our future.
Where do you see yourself in 5 years eating nothing but potato?
Yeah. Well, it's a good thing the garden. I mean, you know, we've been using the garden quite a bit, so.
Hey DC, I saw some picture of she has a dick. Can you tell me, are you planning to add a trans route for Judith, just like Eve?
No, she's not. That was a joke. The giant, huge 2 foot long penis that I put on her in announcement was a joke. I didn't. I figured I wouldn't have to explain that, but turns out a lot of people message me asking when like trans Judith is coming or Futa Judith is coming, and I'm like every time I'm like, you guys didn't think that was a joke, really? Damn.
I'm convinced some people still think that Tyrone has like a fire hose
Huge.
for a penis.
Oh yeah, of course, yeah.
Is that the one that you did being
Yeah.
run over?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like deflated or something. Yeah. Dude, it was gigantic and delicious looking, right, Icy? So yeah, I don't know.
Icy wants to know what you decide how you what to make for dinner. Like, do you have a rotation? Like, how do you vary it up day to day?
It's basically what we know the kids are not gonna give us a hard time eating, essentially. It's more like ingredients, right? Like if we know what kind of ingredients the kids like, then we can kind of work around what we can make, essentially, right? So we try to make and then like a lot of times we're tired, we just do something we know the kids will eat, you know, like chicken nuggets. Yeah, kids love chicken nuggets. Let's do that with some vegetables, some ketchup, you know, mayo, whatever, and the kids will eat it, you know.
Do you have days where you're like, oh, we're gonna try something different to see if we can get the kids to eat something they wouldn't normally, or do you just think it's not worth?
Nope. We used to. Now we're like, nah, it's good. I mean, don't get me wrong. Like sometimes we do, but what's that?
Are they fussy eaters, or like most of them will just eat whatever, and it's just a few things that are like definitely not this?
No, they're definitely fussy eaters. But we tried for a long time to introduce like different foods and stuff, but it's like it's been like such a battle every time that like we're just like fuck it. And like
easy life.
Like we're not. I'm not saying like, oh, we just feed our kids McDonald's every night. That's not what I'm saying. Like we know the kids like noodles, right? So we do all sorts of different kinds of like spaghetti, you know, whatever, like lasagna, like things like that. We know the kids eat, so we do it, right? We know the kids like ground beef, right? So we'll put like a shepherd's pie, or we'll do like sloppy joes, or we'll do like. So it's more, like I said earlier, it's more like an ingredient thing than it is a meal or like a special dish or something, you know?
Yeah, like you're not gonna have that one day where you're like, oh, we're just gonna sneak some sprouts in to see if they'll notice. Right. They'll notice, and it's not worth it.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, so we know what the kids hate and refuse to eat, and we're like, all right, we'll just try to find something else, you know?
So. Do they all like and dislike the same things, or do they all have like the different thing they won't eat?
I think for like general meal eating, they're pretty similar, but when it comes to dessert, they're super different, which is awesome.
Oh,
yeah.
What? So there's desserts that they just won't eat?
Yeah. My little one, the 5-year-old, he doesn't eat chocolate, and the only dessert he wants is vanilla ice cream. Everything else he hates.
Oh wow.
Yeah. Like he doesn't eat. He's not a sweet tooth. Like. But my middle child will eat absolutely anything that has sugar in it, you know?
Oh, that sounds more my speed.
Yeah. So they're like super different that way, you know?
Laconic says, you must know at this point that a significant portion of the internet will always take what you say at face value regardless. I think that's a reference to the Judith penis.
Oh yeah, of course, yeah.
Oh, Jesse says to get around that, sometimes they end up making different things for the kids versus the adults. In fact, I guess cooking 2 meals or like
Yeah,
2 parts of the same meal or
yeah,
something.
fuck that.
I was gonna say, is this stuff that like you and CC would eat but now don't because you avoid it because the kids won't?
Yeah, for sure. Yeah. I mean, like CC, like she's a fussy eater herself, you know.
Mm.
So, like, don't tell her I said that. But I think the fact that our kids are fussy eaters definitely has something to do with her being a fussy eater. You know what I mean? To a certain degree, I think. You know.
Mm.
Because there's a lot of things that she doesn't eat, so we never eat, right? Because I'm not gonna buy stuff at the grocery store if I'm the only one eating it, you know.
Mm.
So
Yeah, makes sense.
Yeah. So like a lot of the stuff
wants
we
to
eat.
know.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry, go on.
I'm just saying, like, a lot of the stuff we eat at home is just stuff that they eat, and I'll just eat whatever we have. You know?
Yeah. Funplayer wants to know if you microwave apples for your kids.
No, they don't like it. It's just me. It's just me that likes microwave apples.
Until they see you doing it and they're like, Dad, stop doing that, it's weird.
Not yet, but I think my daughter is close to being to that age now. My daughter's already ashamed of me whenever we're in public and I just clown around, you know?
Mm.
Or like, today was like, we did like the school drop off. Like, school just started recently this week. And she's already like, doesn't want to stand in line with the parents, you know?
Oh, yeah.
Like, she wants to go on her own when she's dropped off, kind of thing, you know?
Mm.
So, like, I'll wave at her and be, sweetie, I love you, have a good day! And then she'll just kind of, like, die inside and just be like... Ugh.
Give you death stare.
Yeah, she just kind of, like...
Just ignore you.
She just turns around.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, yeah, my daughter probably... I don't know.
As long as the other two haven't clocked that yet, because if they notice and they start doing it, so there's 3 of you doing it to her all at the same time.
Oh, no. But, like, my boys are more like good sports. Like, they don't care, you know? But I mean, maybe because they're still younger, but they're pretty good sport with that stuff. So I don't know if it's more like strictly a daughter thing, or it's an all kids thing, but...
Yeah, I'm trying to think back to, like, when I was that age, and, like, because there were plenty of kids that got dropped off or whatever, and, like, so many of them would get dropped off, like, noticeably further away than the school gate. Not, like, far enough that it was, like, you didn't know they were being dropped off, but, like, with the hope that maybe their friends hadn't quite clocked it by the time they got to the gate or whatever.
MC with his regular outfit looks weird. Sorry, what?
Are you reading a comment, or you're just saying that he looks weird?
No, that's what someone said. White Wing said that. I mean...
Okay, yeah, they were asking if he was going to get a suit or a different outfit for the event.
No. Well, we thought about it.
Got to get multiple use out of it.
I was thinking about it, but I was like, it's just, you know, it's more in line with his character to not have a suit, you know.
Yeah. Like, if God forbid we ever send him, like, scuba diving or whatever, he's going to be wearing this with flippers and goggles. Yeah. Like, he's not getting a different suit.
I mean, he already goes swimming for Aqua's story, right? And he's just in his,
Yeah, exactly.
He just doesn't have his flip-flops on.
Mm.
Just no sandals.
Nodril says when he was a kid long ago, he basically had to eat whatever was made, and like he didn't get a choice in the matter. It's like you're gonna sit there and eat it.
Yep, that's how I was brought up.
Yeah, same. Did you have the "you're not leaving the table till you're finished," so no pudding till you're done, or whatever?
Yeah. I mean, that wasn't really the comment. The conversation was more like, "You finish all your food," like.
Yeah, clean the plate.
Yeah, clean the plate, and then you can go do whatever you want. I was like, okay.
Did it stick? Do you still clean the plate, or are you like selective now?
Oh no,
like,
I
actually I'm full. I don't need to finish it. Yeah.
I've been scarred from my childhood. Like, I eat everything, and I finish the plate every single time. Like, it's just like imprinted in my core, you know?
Yeah. I now hate other people like loading my plate for me, because I know I'll finish it. So I'm like, if I don't portion control this, I'm just gonna overeat.
Yeah.
It's bad. What is my favorite milkshake flavor? Honestly, probably just strawberry.
I don't even
But that's mainly because I do not have exposure to milkshakes, because they're like, McDonald's over here used to have them. I couldn't even tell you if they still do, and like there's not really like dedicated milkshake shops or anything. So it's just such a rarity that it's just like when you do find somewhere that does milkshakes, it's like you've got strawberry or like maybe chocolate and banana, and that's your options.
What's the default flavor for a milkshake?
Here it has always been strawberry, as far as I know.
Really?
Like banana and chocolate is fairly common. I think strawberry is like the de facto. If you're going to have only one, it's probably strawberry. Like there's some like I guess I would describe them as hipster, but they've been around so long they're probably not anymore. But like the more niche restaurants that would do them as like a specialty item where you pay like 15 times what it's worth for like, oh, we're gonna add sprinkles and we're gonna add all these hundreds and thousands of stuff, just load it up with as much sugar and like, sweets as we possibly can. But at that point, I'm like, that's not really a milkshake anymore. It's just like some milk with bits in. Oh, Volley says that baby cookies only like ignoring you to protect her street cred. It's not personal.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, Galaxy's giving you shit for eating everything. Which
on...
I'm pretty sure we established earlier isn't the case.
You cut off. I didn't hear you.
Galaxy was saying about if you finish everything on your plate, it's no wonder you're a fat ass.
Right.
I'm like, we established earlier that DC's a flat ass. Flat ass.
Yeah, I don't have a big ass. I got a little bubble butt. Okay, here we go.
Jay says the default is normally vanilla and sometimes strawberry. But yeah, ice cream shops have loads of flavors. I don't know enough about milkshakes. Is it just like ice cream and milk, or is there like more to it?
Yeah, I don't know. I don't really drink milkshakes that much, to be honest. I don't really do ice cream these days either. There's just better desserts. Oh, Galaxy says they can't do milk anymore. It blows their ass up. I know quite a few people like that. That's weird.
Yeah.
Because I'm not lactose intolerant, so I've never suffered that scourge.
Yeah, same. But I've been around people like when I was in uni, some of my housemates had lactose intolerance, and like they would get drunk, come home and be like, oh, or like they would try and line their stomach before going drinking, and they'd just like steal someone else's milk and chug it.
Oh no.
And just, Jesus, you wouldn't want to be near them for the rest of that evening.
I'm gonna have to go soon today. I need to help Mama Cookie with the kids a little bit.
Oh, still getting into the new school year.
Yeah, and just the kids need a bit of help. Mama Cookie needs help. So I might do the meeting a bit earlier, so I'll like stop now, do the meeting quick.
Gotcha. Yeah, I don't think there's too much to me about. I think we covered.
Yeah.
Barricade Blues says they do an apple strudel milkshake near them.
Well, at least today was a lot more productive. Finish all the Debbie
That's
arms.
good.
And almost finish. Also work on 3 anon arms. Very good.
Huge success.
All right, guys. Thanks for watching. Have a good night. I'll be back tomorrow to continue all that stuff. All right. And thanks, Trey.
See you later. Bye, chat.